this week we have Décima on Shuba Crush Sundays. Woo!
Yeah.
So Décima, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Décima. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just in case you didn't get that
In case
one.
we didn't know.
With an accent on the E.
With an accent.
And I do that on purpose because I was like, you know what? I want a name where you can, pronounce it in English and in Spanish and still sounds the same. But I sing. I do pop, electronic pop. Alternative pop is really what I would want to call it, just because I tend to throw in random stuff that, my background my whole life has been like classical opera kind of style.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it's weird. It's like, I was singing Latin in churches for in chamber choir when I was going to UIC. And I've been in choir since 3rd grade, and like band, playing the clarinet since 5th grade. That's pretty much what it was like. And then doing theater. And then all of a sudden to be into like this whole like alternative pop. It's like, whoa, this is weird.
Yeah.
It was very interesting to adapt. But I love to make music, and I don't like to follow trends at all. Sure. If I'm following a trend, it's just pure coincidence.
Then you're doing it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's never like, oh, what's trending? Let me follow that.
Sure.
And so that's pretty much
awesome.
Me.
That's awesome. Okay, so Décima has just put out a project called Ladyfinger. It's got like a super dope, it's just a really cool like image. So I wanted to ask you, and I already kind of asked you about this, but so tell us about the concept of Ladyfinger, maybe what inspired it, and what does that mean? Like, what does that image mean?
Okay, well, Ladyfinger, when I was making the EP, it was my first EP ever in my life. It was my first time working with a producer in like a beats kind of setting, so it was very interesting because I didn't know what kind of sound I was gonna make, I didn't know what it was gonna sound like at all. And as we were making it, every song for me, like, it just sounded different, and none of them like connected. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, whatever. But you know what? I was like, I knew that this EP was gonna be more about exploring myself and my sound, and just like discovering things about myself, which I really did. I realized that I'm really into like drums from like West Africa. Yeah. It's like, it just gets to me every time. So I was like, I love that, and I love like weird little sounds that Oscar, my producer, was able to make in the process. So I was into that, and it was more about exploring myself. And then once we did the last track, it's the whole like, what are you gonna call your EP? I was like, I don't know. So I was like making the last song, and I don't know, the word like Ladyfinger is actually an Italian pastry. In case you didn't know that. Yeah. Okay. So, because I Googled it to make sure. But for me, Ladyfinger was just like, for me, it meant power. And, for me, it was very empowering to do this EP. Yeah. To discover myself in a whole different level that I didn't know. That was Ladyfinger.
It's amazing. Also, 2 months for a whole project is ridiculous. Like, you're telling me I've been working for a year and a half, and everyone's like, oh, how's it going? It's like, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess related to the project, then, what is your favorite song on the project versus what you think people think is your favorite song?
Okay, my favorite song. Okay, it's very weird. My favorite song is "Touch My Body." For me, that one was just like, I think about it, it's like, how did I even come up with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, that one started, like, Oscar was playing some chords for literally 2 hours straight, and I just sat there, and he saw me writing, so he didn't stop, He was just playing it over and over for 2 hours, and I, just wrote this whole song. And then I was like, put the chords on, and then he recorded them, and I just went on the mic, and then I sang it once, and then that was it.
Okay.
And it was like, it was like so easy, and but I think it's because the emotion was there, so it just became so much easier for me. It was more fluid. It was just like vomiting words. And then he, like, in the process, we were like making the song and then adding more to it, and like I just pictured it right away, and I knew what I wanted. And Oscar was looking at me like I was a little crazy, like, what do you mean? Like,
what is going on?
If you ask Oscar, that was probably his like most complicated like song to do. He was like, like mixing wise and stuff. It was just like, it was too much for him. It was like the hardest for him because he just didn't really like. It wasn't the typical stuff he was used to. Okay. So so that was my favorite song, but compared to like what I thought everybody's favorite song was gonna be was "You Are." Okay. Because it has like the beat, dancey kind of. Yeah. So I was like, oh, that one's gonna be the one. And then like right now, if you look, like on Spotify, my most popular song, and like on YouTube, it's "Touch My Body."
It is. Oh, so you got it right.
Yeah, I did get it right.
You did get it right.
Yay me!
Yes.
One for Décima.
No one went. And that's important to know, is like really writing for just feeling versus like, you know, this is what people will like.
Yeah.
You know, because
Totally.
it's so hard, right? Like when you're writing, you're kind of like, you're trying to express yourself, but in a way that like makes sense to other people.
Right,
And
exactly.
it's hard to reconcile both.
And mostly the way that I like to write is very metaphorical, very like not straightforward, double meaning, everything.
Okay.
That's how I love writing. I don't like to tell people what to think. I want people to like listen to my lyrics and interpret it their own way.
Okay.
And like there's no right and wrong. So it's just like, if it means that to you, then that's what it means to you. You know, there's no right, there's no wrong.
Sure. Okay, so I do want to ask you what your songwriting process is like, because it's different for everyone. You kind of touched on it.
Yeah.
But is that, you know, what you said for "Touch My Body"? Like you were just kind of there. You were hearing chords were you hearing chords, or were you hearing just like a beat?
When I was writing the song, it
Yeah.
was just the melody, the
Just
actual
the
vocal melody. That was all I was hearing.
Oh, wow.
And that's
okay.
how I wrote the track.
Like it was just you mumbling.
Yeah, I was literally humming and just like, okay, what do I feel? Oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. But it was really weird because I was like, I heard a melody in my head, but I was more focusing on like the lyrics. I was just writing, like
Okay.
constantly. My hand was just moving. And then I was just like, I think I like kept humming it. And then I was like, sure. And then I went on the mic and then I did it. So.
Okay. So what direction do you think you're headed in next? Like what's after Ladyfinger? You've been performing a lot. You've been doing a lot of shows in Pilsen.
Yeah.
A lot of pop-up shows.
Yeah.
And what's next? Is there another EP?
There is actually another EP in the making, and I'm trying to. It's very interesting because with this EP, what I want to do is touch on the Spanish side and like lyric-wise language. You know, like keep the sound or like a similar sound, but just have Spanish lyrics. And like the only reason I want to do that was because with the Ladyfinger, surprisingly, for me was like it's gotten more attention from like the Latino community.
Of course. And then finally, if you just want to like tell us where we can find you on social media so we can keep up to date with future projects.
For sure. You can totally follow me on Instagram at It's Décima, ITSDCIMA, or you can just go to itsdecima.com.
Sweet.
And you'll just find everything there.
Thank you for coming on Shuba Crush Sundays. And make sure to follow Décima.